Hi friends, in this video I'll help you set up your environment so you can start experimenting with AI coding. There's going to be some tools like the terminal that might sound scary at first, but I'll walk you through it step by step. I'll also introduce some terminology along the way as we run into it. Today we're going to set up a Github account, set up a Figma account, install Node.js, install Github CLI, install VS Code, and install Claude code. I know it seems a lot, but you only have to do this once and you're done. And at the end of the video, you will have your environment fully set up, ready to build like this. Before we dive in, let's introduce our first development term, frontend. The front end is the part of your app users can see and interact with. Think of a restaurant, the interior, the menu, the waiter taking your order. For your digital artifact, that's your user interface and design, everything the user sees. Then there's the backend, where your data is processed and your program runs. And the restaurant, that's the kitchen, where your ingredients are stored and chefs cooks your meal. Alright, first we'll sign up for a GitHub account. Think of GitHub as a Google Drive for your code. You'll use it to save your progress, back up your work, and collaborate with other people. Later in the series, I'll teach you how to actually use it. For now, let's just create an account. Apparently I got one wrong. I have to try again. Oh my god. Okay, this might be like the hardest part to set up a GitHub account. I've never seen this before. Holy. What? Okay, guys. You will. Oh, you have to. Oh, this have to match. Okay, yeah. Well, you guys got it. Alright, next is Figma. Figma is the tool we'll use for design if you need. It's free to a point, and I know a lot of you designers already have an account. In this series, I will show you how to use Figma MCP and Figma CLI in later videos, but I won't go deep on how to use Figma itself. There are already great tutorials out there for that. Okay, before we install anything, let's get familiar with the terminal. It's going to come up in the series quite a bit, so it's worth understanding what it actually is. It is essentially just another way to talk to your computer instead of clicking on buttons. If you're worried that typing something wrong will break your laptop, it won't, probably. Just don't paste random comments from sketchy websites and you'll be fine. To find your terminal, go to Apps, type Terminal, hit Enter. For Windows folks, you will open up PowerShell instead. So you see this screen. Try typing something random and hit Enter. See, your computer didn't break. It just said command not found. And that's just the computer saying, I don't know what you're talking about. One thing that will feel weird at first, the terminal isn't like Word document. So if you type something, you want to edit it, you cannot just click around. See, I'm clicking around, but the gray box here, that's the cursor indicator, it's not moving. If you want to navigate on your command, you have to use the left and right arrow like this. And now you can edit it. For the up and down arrow, it lets you scroll through the comments you typed previously. So for example, I'm using the top arrow, and now it scroll up to the last comment I just typed in, and that's the basics. The first thing we're gonna install is Node.js. Node is the runtime, the thing that runs your code. Think of it like electricity. Installing Node is like wiring up your house. Once it's there, you just plug in all your electronics. I've included a link down below in the description with all the commands I'm about to use for both Mac and Windows people. You can just copy and paste them straight into your terminal. But if you're gonna be collaborating with your engineering team on a real project right away, the following installation workflow will not work for you. In a later video, I'll talk about collaboration and handoff, and I'll introduce you with something called Node Version Manager. But for now, just ask your engineer friend to help you set up your Node. The next part of the tutorial is for Mac users, Windows folks. You can follow along with the video and use the document I linked below. The commands you type into your terminal will look a little bit different, but the idea is the same. This is the document I prepared for you for all the commands you're going to be using following this tutorial. And since I'm on a Mac now, I will use the Mac flow. You'll see what I mean. So here, if you're on a Mac, please click Mac. If you're on Windows, choose Windows and just follow along. I'm on a Mac 1 chip, so I'll click this. If you want to check what chips do you have, you go to the Mac icon here, open about this Mac, and you will see the chip. Since I'm using an M1 chip, I'll select this. Alright, let's scroll down and install the first thing we need to install. Think of Homebrew as the app store for tools like Node. First, let's use this command to check if you have Homebrew installed. Come to the terminal, Ctrl V, paste, enter. Alright, on my machine it says command not found. If you have Homebrew installed, you will see a Homebrew with the version number, so that's scenario A. So you come down here, select scenario A. For me, I don't have Homebrew installed yet. It says command not found, which is scenario B. So I'll select command not found. Here you see the installation command for Homebrew. It's the same command from Homebrew official website. So just copy and paste into your terminal and hit enter. And now you have to enter your password for that. And now you see the last line of output. It says press return enter to continue or any other key to abort. And we want to install, so let's hit enter. And now you see this thing back up. You can type again. It means like the command has finished running. And you see from the last part of the output it says next step. So let's do the next step. Run the command in your terminal and add Homebrew to your path. So let's just copy this entire thing, Ctrl C, copy, and paste and enter. Now that Homebrew has been installed, let's use the same command brew version to check. We see Homebrew has been installed. The newest version is actually 5.1.10, and we can use which brew to check if brew is at the right place. For Mac M1 user, you will see this. That's the right place. For Mac people, if you're on Intel chip, you see something like USR, blah, 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 Homebrew, and that's the right place too. Now we have Homebrew installed. Let's actually install Node.js now. First, let's check if you have your Node installed in your computer. Let's run node v command not found. You scroll down here, document. If you see command not found, please go to scenario A. If you see something different, please follow along different scenario. For me, I don't have Node installed. Let's follow scenario A. Alright, let's install Node by running this code. Brew install Node. Alright, now this thing has popped back again. You can type again. That means the command has finished running. And let's check if we have Node installed properly. Let's copy this. Again, enter, and you see Node 26 installed. Alright, we're done. Alright, now let's install Github CLI. Same thing. Let's check if you have Github CLI installed. Another tip, if you think this is too messy, you can run the command clear, enter. This thing will disappear. And now you can paste your new commands. Alright, for me, I don't have GitHub installed, so that is scenario A. I will follow along with it. But if you see something other than command not found, please also run which gh command as well. And again, let's use Homebrew to install this. Alright, we finished installing. Let's use this command, gh version, to see if we have it installed. Alright, we have the version number. It means we have installed gh. For the next step, since you just set up your GitHub account or you already have a GitHub account, let's connect your computer to your GitHub. Let's run this command. So for this, I would choose GitHub account. If you want to move to other, you'll use your down arrow key to navigate up and down. And to select this, I will hit enter. For this, I will use HTTPs. I'll hit enter. Now it says authenticate with your GitHub credentials. Type Y or N means yes or no. I'll type Y and hit enter. How would you like to authenticate GitHub CLI? Log in with web browser. I would select this option. I'll hit enter. Here it tells you exactly what you have to do. Copy this one-time code, Command C, and hit enter to open up a website for authentication. So I hit enter. Continue, since I already have a GitHub account, and paste the authentication number. And you're all set. Let's close this window, come back. Let's check if we are actually logged in. Let's copy this command, check the status of our login, hit enter. We're good to go. Alright, second to last tool. We're almost there, stay with me. VS Code is the editor where you will actually write code with AI. Why VS Code specifically? Because it will still be here in 5 or 10 years. We're in a moment where AI coding tools are launching and shutting down constantly, Cursor, Lovable, Anti-Gravity, new ones every month. Some of them are great, but who knows which ones will still be around long term. Alright, let's head to the VS Code website. Download the version for your operating system. I'm gonna put it to download, save. And now it's downloaded. Let's go to your apps, VS Code, open it up. Alright, here's our VS Code. If it's the first time downloading it, it'll take you through onboarding and you'll come here, the user icon here, and log in to your account using GitHub. Alright, last step. That's install Claude code in VS Code. Open the extensions panel on the left sidebar. You see this icon, tap it, enter Claude. You'll see a lot of them, but please use the one that has an Anthropic badge on it. Click on it and install. And now it's installed. I like my Claude code on the right side of my VS Code, so I use this button to open up a sidebar. If you don't see Claude code, you can use right-click any empty space here, and you'll see Claude code, you enable it. Claude Code is a paid service. If you have a free Claude account, this extension won't work for you. You'll need at least Claude Pro subscription to use it. I have a Claude Pro subscription, so I'll click this. Open the website to log in. So this is the website I need to use to log in. I'll click authorize. And let's close the window. Now you're logged in. You're ready to start coding with Claude. If you're not ready to pay yet, you have options. Cursor and Anti-Gravity are two AI coding tools with free tiers worth checking out. There are tons of other AI coding tools out there, but these two are the ones I personally use for at least 3 months. So they're the ones I'm comfortable recommending. Download them from their website. This is Cursor, this is Anti-Gravity. Sign in, connect it with your GitHub account, and you can start building right away. They work similarly enough that most of what I teach in this series will apply, even if you're using one of these instead. In the next video, I will talk about starting a project and choosing the frameworks. If you want to build a web prototype, which framework should you use? If you want to build an app that can be published to the App Store, which one then? For example, if you want to go from Seattle to Taipei, you're not going to drive, you're going to fly. A different destination need different kinds of transportation. Frameworks are the same idea. Different kinds of products need different frameworks. AI is smart enough nowadays that it will usually pick the right framework for you or ask you which one you want. The next video is about giving you the language to understand the questions from the AI. So even if you don't fully grasp every framework, you still have the vocabulary to ask the right thing. Alright, bye, see you.